Welcome to Thieves' Cant, a tabletop gaming podcast with your hosts, Jeremy Shane and Chris White.
Welcome in. Welcome back. It is Thieves' Cant, Wednesday, January 14th. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
Thanks for hanging out as always. Hope you're having a great week. Chris, how you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
So far, hump day is upon us.
Right. Today, Chris, get your dice ready. Get those D10s, those percentiles ready, because we are back in the Forge of Creation.
Got them right here. They're yours, but I got them.
It's a privilege.
I'm warming them up.
We're going to try something today in the Tome of Adventure Design. We're looking to kind of build a campaign. I hesitate to call it a campaign frame. We're going to be concocting some villainous schemes, okay? Uncovering some defining event from the past, seeding some rumors for potential side quests, and we'll even go so far as to determine the opening scenario that's going to hook the party. So not a full campaign frame, but some key pieces that you would need for that framework.
Sounds maniacal.
It is so maniacal.
Yeah.
So I've got several tables bookmarked in the Tome of Adventure Design from Mythmere Games. There is a link in the show notes. Here's kind of the path we're going to follow, Chris.
Okay.
We're going to start things off with a roll to determine kind of a backstory, some event that happened in the past revolving around a person. Okay. From there, not one, but two villainous plans that are happening that the players may end up interacting with. Two villainous plans, because I thought, wouldn't it be a little richer if we had potentially two villains working possibly in tandem or possibly independently of one another, and just see how those things collide. One of those villains is going to have some unusual minions. We're then going to roll up an intro scenario for the parties that kind of puts them on the trail of these things. And then finally, we'll finish off by seeding some rumors, maybe some written information that the players can find that will act as clues to the bigger picture.
All right. So we do have a plan.
We've got a plan.
That sounds good. Well, lead on, Tome Master.
The Forge of Creation.
Roll number one will be the person-based backstory. And I have let's see, 1, 2, 3. This is a 5-column table. So This is going to be 5 D100 rolls just for this table alone.
Oh, really?
So the first roll is going to tell us, in general, who the person involved with a location is. It's kind of going to give us a backstory tied to a location.
Let me stretch my wrist a little here. You're going to be a lot of rolling today.
Don't sprain that wrist.
Yeah, safety first. All right, here we go. Roll number 1, 82.
Okay, so this person is one with a changeable nature, multiple forms, or multiple identities. Shapeshifter, someone afflicted with lycanthropy. Could be a master of disguise. Could be a
man of many faces.
Correct. We'll allow our next rolls to guide us.
Right on.
Okay,
right
so
on.
The next roll is the relationship of the location to the person.
Here we go. Roll number 2, 78.
Okay, so this would be the person's place of birth or creation, or where their personal power was originally gained. Does that tighten anything up for you? Still seems kind of open to me.
Yeah, it's pretty open-ended. I mean, this is their origin.
You suggested changeling.
Mm-hmm.
Would their origin be, would that be like the Feywild? So would that be the Feywild?
Yes, the changelings are linked to the Feywild.
Okay,
yeah.
Which is still broad, but If we went changeling, that tells us something.
Mm-hmm.
This is still a little wide open. So we'll continue to roll. Our third column on the person-based backstories chart is last important event involved here.
41.
Execution.
Ooh.
So there was an execution. That was the last big thing that happened here.
Wow.
Could have been this person.
Yeah.
Or maybe this person was the executioner or witnessed the execution, or they thought they executed this person, but they are able to change themselves somehow.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Or maybe somebody was executed and then they were later seen walking around. Crimes had been done or something bad had been done with their face. All right.
Intriguing.
Okay. All right.
Okay, our next roll, and the book tells us this one is optional, an optional additional factor. I did a dry run of this process with my wife the other night, and we threw out the optional additional factor that we rolled. It didn't really fit in. We're at liberty to do that here if we choose to, but let's see what we get.
Okay. 10.
An accident of timing. Maybe the execution was supposed to happen a certain way at a certain time. It's a thread to consider.
Yeah.
Tugging.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm more like, maybe this is more doppelganger-y
Yeah.
than changeling.
Okay. I like that.
Even, so it's a little more villainous.
Is a doppelganger like Fae-based?
I think so. They're really alien. They look like aliens, and they kind of look like Gray Man.
Right.
Kind
in
of
their true form.
True form. The changelings, it's kind of like a PC race. It's like, would you like to play a doppelganger?
Right.
But not be a doppelganger?
Well, then let's lock in doppelganger. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, either one would work. Obviously, a changeling could be evil or whatever.
Finally, the last roll on this table before we kind of firm this all up. When did this event occur?
Okay.
And so this is sometime in the past, and we've got a range. This could go as long ago as 1,000 years to as short a time as a month ago.
60.
1 year.
Ooh.
1 year ago.
I like that.
Okay.
It's recent enough that it's relevant.
All right. Do we have enough here to kind of shore up this portion of the framework, the backstory?
Well, the next part is the villainous plan, right?
Yeah.
Let's lock that in and then put it all together.
Okay, so we're going to roll two separate villainous plans.
From the same person or two different villains?
They certainly could be from the same person. I think if that just makes more narrative sense.
Mm-hmm.
But in my head, it was let's complicate matters by having two villains with their individual plans that could intersect. They might be assisting one another. They might be acting independently, and these are just threads in the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Or they might run in conflict with one another.
Yeah,
maybe the PCs are able to pit them against one another.
I want to see what these are. 67. Okay,
so this tells us what type of villainous plan this is,
yeah.
And then we've got to flesh it out further. So a 67, this villain is seeking to increase their personal capability, trying to increase his inherent personal power. It might include gaining levels of experience, useful information, magic items. We've got a separate table just for that.
All right. 18.
This villain wants to increase their personal power, and the method of doing so involves completing a ritual, and that ritual will bring forth, well, that's going to require a roll.
6.
That ritual will bring forth a divine source of personal power. Could be summoned minions, improved abilities, or maybe they're seeking godhood.
Yeah.
This is, I know that's a classic trope.
Right.
Bad guy seeking to ascend to godhood, but it works.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty big.
So that's villainous plan number 1.
Let's see that second showcase. 15.
So this plan is one of desecration. The villain seeks to desecrate a location, an item, or event. So we've got a series of rolls now that will make what's the location that they're trying to desecrate, and what method are they using.
Here we go. 67.
Target the priesthood. It says the villain plans to eliminate or remove the servants of a holy site by trickery.
Oh,
There's a keyword, trickery.
There's
right?
a lot coming together now.
Then occupy, desecrate, or destroy the site. He might do so by impersonating a messenger from the high priesthood, calling the priests away to an emergency conclave, perhaps. A nearby natural disaster might also be used as the decoy. You're right. There's a lot that's coming together. So tell me what's on your mind.
Okay. We're going to start off a year ago. We have this event where basically the doppelganger is revealed, right? This event is the clue that's going to let the party know there's a doppelganger involved, right? This is just the evidence, the rumors, things that happened, how it played out, right? So we have this whole story of how someone was falsely accused. They were seen later. Maybe the body was exhumed. They proved they weren't undead or a ghost, but nobody could explain how it was that he was seen walking about after being executed. So there's enough clues there that start giving the party the idea, okay, maybe there's a shapeshifter of some sort, right? Okay, maybe. But that's a background detail. Part of the mystery. Here's the main story. Hear me out, and maybe I'm crazy. So we have big bad spellcaster, wizard, right? He's figured out a way to basically create a divine battery. He's going to summon a celestial.
Ooh.
Basically trap them and zap them. Use
the old trap and zap.
The old trap and zap. And so he's going to use them to increase his power. All right?
I like it.
The only thing in the area really stopping him is the local religious organization, whatever it is, right? Obviously, they're not going to be pleased with this being a good aligned organization, right? Not big on the angel trapping. So they need to be taken out of the way. What would be the best way to do that?
Well, you could simply replace the head honcho with the doppelganger.
With the doppelganger.
Right.
Precisely.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
So that's it. So the doppelganger is essentially in the employ of this spellcaster. And so you have these two separate forces, and the party's going to have to try to put all of this together. They're going to get pushback from this leader who's not really the leader, but is in fact the doppelganger. The whole time they're trying to figure out what this ritual is and what's going on.
Yeah, it's great. That's great. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it would certainly be the evil wizard that has some unusual minions or lieutenants, right?
Yes.
So why don't we find out what they look like?
Oh, yeah. I just said that like I took a big bite of barbecue and it was delicious.
This table is going to give us the nature of the minion, the unusual characteristic, and the reason why they're in the villain's service.
Man, that's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll number 1, 88.
Thief, or maybe a thieves guild.
Okay. All right.
So let's make it a guild.
Okay.
I think having the individual doppelganger, I think it should be like a band of thieves that are assisting the
I agree.
wizard. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out what their unusual characteristic is.
36.
They are distinguished by a strange tattoo or birthmark. So tattoo makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? And that certainly serves as a clue. Like, hey, all these guys have the same tattoo. Something's up here.
Yeah.
You know.
The old purple elbow.
Just not a great idea if you're part of an evil organization. Hey, let's all get matching tattoos.
That's very like, Yakuza.
Okay. All right. And finally, why are they in the villain's service?
10.
They are privy to the villain's plots and have input into his plans. It says advisor. They are information gatherers, maybe?
Yeah. That sounds better. The network. Little birds.
It certainly opens up another line of quests and scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Team of assassins working with a a wizard, doppelganger minion in a place of power. Yeah.
It's rich.
Yeah.
The next step, what is the scenario that pulls the party into the adventure, that puts them on the trail either immediately or down the line? So first we're going to determine like the type of mission.
All right, here we go. 98.
It is an event-based mission. So 2 rolls will determine the details there.
63.
Okay, so the party in this introductory scenario will be preventing something.
44.
The disruption of a ceremony.
That fits pretty well.
It does. So this could be a smaller religious ceremony. Maybe there's like a feast day or something. Comes under assault.
Yeah.
By mysteriously marked thieves.
Yeah. What if the party was attending a wedding?
Okay.
Like,
Ooh,
what
yeah.
if, yeah. I just, only just because it's so novel. You know what I mean? But like, everybody in the party is an acquaintance. There's a wedding going on, and all of a sudden, here come these, shadowy thugs trying to disrupt. And the party's on it. I mean, that's kind of fun. Plus, it's like, it could be the inn with said religious organization.
Sure.
Like, this could be how the party gets to know them.
I think so. I like this a lot. And that attack actually has nothing to do with the wedding that's happening. They are after some relic, some item that's there in the temple that the big bad needs possession of. Now, as for why they would choose this moment to attack and make a big bloody scene and make the job messy, I don't know. Because it is messy. It is sloppy.
Well,
if it is the thieves that are attacking.
Maybe it's not an attack. Maybe it's just the alarm is raised as the ceremony's happening.
Okay, so the thieves were actually not trying to be sloppy. They were trying to be clean.
They were taking advantage of everybody being distracted.
Everybody's distracted with the ceremony. We can slip in and get what we need, but
not vigilant NPC X, who we will get to know later, who, never allows his eyes to be taken from the relic.
That's right. Not today.
Not today. Not Jimbo. He's not deviating.
This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
actually.
it does. I mean, you could work it out. Obviously, you could make it cleaner than we are here, but yeah.
All right.
And that's a cool way to start an adventure too.
I love the setup. So the last thing that we need to determine, we're going to sprinkle in some rumors and maybe some written records, some written information that the PCs can gain access to that will further seed the adventure.
Right.
And this is the source or nature of the rumor.
Okay. 62.
There's a minstrel who spoke with prior adventurers about
38.
Information about a major monster. Every campaign has side quests that don't necessarily have anything to do with the main narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So this could simply be a side quest opportunity.
Or it could be, we talked about a year ago, there was that execution. Well, minstrel, I mean, if you think about it, if you were writing a ballad about this great mystery of this thing that had happened, this person who had been killed and then seen walking again and all the rumors, you'd probably write a song about that.
Okay.
Right? You might have interviewed people like eyewitnesses. Like, this minstrel might be a really good source of information. I mean, that's one possibility too, because doppelganger really is a monster.
Sure.
Essentially a humanoid, but a monster.
That works for me. Okay.
I mean, it ties in nicely.
Okay. Let's find some written information. First, let's determine the nature of the writing.
71.
Okay, so it's sometime early on here, the party is going to find receipts. And those receipts contain
52.
a request for information about an item or event.
You could tie this into anything you wanted. I mean, that's pretty open-ended. I mean, receipts are a paper trail, right? And so this is something else that could point to anything that could reveal the secrets of our villains that we have here. You got a doppelganger. You got this shadowy person we don't know anything about. The party's going to need a lot of help.
Let's make one more roll for written information and see what else they might find. Because, again, these are clues that can just be sprinkled in.
Okay. Love it. 6.
All right. So this is going to be a book. And the contents of that book.
36.
This is going to be folded up inside the book. The party will find a love letter.
Oh. I mean, that to me is something, it immediately points back to that history, that execution.
The love letter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, help us to understand the executed a little better, maybe.
If someone was wrongfully executed, the doppelganger was wearing their face when he committed some atrocity.
Yeah.
And so maybe this was the person's last correspondence before they were executed.
Yeah.
And we need to get this letter to this person. And that's another source of potential information.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, imagine like a letter, like it was like, my dear, when you came to me last night and this intimate moment and the response, but I've been in Beggarstown all week.
Right. So
like, what are you talking about? Just something as simple as that, just this idea that, wait a minute, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like
stories aren't matching up.
Right. So,
okay. All right. So that is the final roll that we'll make today in the Tome of Adventure Design. Again, not a full campaign framework, but certainly all the seeds and big picture concepts that you need to start working on those smaller details.
Sounds fun. Yeah. That's what I love about this book is it feels like you're playing a game. It's like you're solving a mystery and putting these pieces together and creating this adventure. So, yeah. It's great.
It is a bit of a mini game. So we always have fun in the Forge of Creation. If you've got thoughts on how to use any of these seeds, any of these ideas, we would love to hear from you again in the comments, or you can email thievescantcast@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening today. We are back for your Thursday tomorrow. A little back booth banter. We're going to be talking about the things that good RPG players do.
Okay.
What are 5 things that good TTRPG players put into practice? Do we know the answers?
I'm not sure we're qualified to.
We might not be. But that's the topic tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. It's been Thieves Cant. I'm Jeremy Shane.
And I'm Chris White.
So long.
Thank you for listening to Thieves Cant. Email thievescantcast@gmail.com.